Now on Coast TV News.
Renovation gains momentum. We look at the progress the Rehoboth Beach Library is making and where there are funding gaps.
Plus, crosses honor veterans. We have the meaning behind the tribute in Millsboro.
Showers we had overnight are now offshore. We're looking at a pretty nice breezy day on Delmarva, but tracking another chance of rain over the weekend.
Is Coast TV News Today.
We're in a good mood and we are in our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for joining us on Thursday, April 30th, 2026, otherwise known as the day most Flyers fans are sleeping in because they were up late.
That'd be nice.
Watching an exciting game. Matt Pensick, you didn't watch, and that
No,
also,
I did. I was awake for the end there.
Elisa Weber and I have an inside joke that games that Matt Pensick has watched, they've lost, and that you're a bad luck charm. But Chris stayed up to watch the entire thing, and you guys have been
I went downstairs to the man cave with about halfway through overtime, and I saw the game winner.
Stay there. Stay in the man cave. We have been, actually, we've gotten comments before from the people that we work with saying, oh, you guys seem like you have a lot of fun in the mornings, which we do. And when we walked in this morning, you had not one but two songs going on.
Yeah, as is tradition when the Flyers win, we play the Orange and Black song by the Boyles.
Right.
From about
Wake
10
up,
Philadelphia.
Da-da-da-da.
And then also there's the locker room song this year after wins for the team. They played Man I Need.
Olivia Dean is fantastic. And I think that Chris is probably going to be humming it all day. Maybe he'll be hallucinating a little bit because we mentioned in our last hour, Chris got 2.5 hours of sleep. That is dedication, Chris.
Yeah, it's going to hit me before midday. I know it. I'm going to hit a wall. But yeah, I told you, Grace, yesterday that song was a good omen. I heard it as soon as I got in the car on my way to work yesterday morning. We had a few light rain showers overnight. Not a whole lot to put a hit on this drought we have across some parts of Delmarva. We only had about 1/10 of an inch across portions of Sussex County overnight. We have the cold front pushing through, some higher clouds that are filtering in from Virginia out of the southwest will be with us through the morning hours. Right now in Cambridge, 52 degrees, so mild conditions greeting us this morning. A bit of damp conditions as well in areas that saw showers. 49 Harrington, 49 Milton, and we're holding at 52 in Bethany Beach. We have seen some areas of some patchy fog come in and out with that moisture, that added moisture on the ground from those overnight showers. Now we will see partly cloudy skies through the afternoon as we get those temperatures into the upper 60s to near 70 across some parts of Delmarva. Going to be a pretty nice end to the week, but we are tracking some rain chances over the weekend. I'll talk more about that here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, the Rehoboth Beach Library, one step closer to a large transformation. Construction on its downtown renovation is continuing to move ahead. With more than 70% of funding already in place, library leaders are calling on the community to help bring this project across the finish line. They say that an extra 30% in funding would help finish the full renovation, including the part of the building that they're still using. People we spoke to in the city say the library has long been a landmark.
I can't wait to see it open when the renovations are finished because this place has been around for a long time. It's a historical landmark, kind of thing. So I'm glad to see it's happening.
And once complete, the upgraded library will include better accessibility, new technology, more flexible meeting spaces, and expanded areas for children, teens, and community programs.
Happening today, the push for affordable housing and help for those facing homelessness is continuing in Georgetown. Its Supportive Housing Committee is set to review recommendations for Phase 1 of the Delaware Interagency Collaborative to End Homelessness. This is an advisory group that was created by Governor Matt Meyer in 2025. Georgetown leaders will gather to discuss at 4 p.m.
And new this morning, veterans and volunteers are gathering over the next couple of weeks to pay tribute to those who served, struggled, and eventually took their own lives.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is in our newsroom. Elisa, every day for a month, crosses will be laid out at the American Legion to bring awareness to veteran mental health struggles.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. Yes, for 22 days, or for 30 days, there will be 22 crosses that are laid out at the American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro. This symbolizes the 22 veterans that die each day from suicide, according to the Department of Veterans Affairs. Organizers say they want to bring awareness to the sad reality of veterans dying by suicide, and the crosses serve as a reminder to anyone who passes by. The placement of crosses began on April 25th and will continue for 30 days, and it will happen every morning at 9:30 in Millsboro. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. In Lewis, Democratic State Representative Alana Berry will host a community meeting. This is for HOA leaders along the Minas-Conaway corridor. It takes place tonight at 5 p.m. at the Delaware State Police Troop 7 building, and Berry is expected to discuss key issues affecting the area, including roadway projects, healthcare, wastewater concerns, and public safety. And we have much more on this. You can find it right now on our website, CoastTV.com.
Former Delaware Republican Party Chair Julianne Murray has announced that she will decline the party's nomination for Attorney General. Murray shared in a statement, quote, "I believe it is important to provide clarity as to what transpired. First of all, I was not at the convention and did not seek nomination. Second, at the time of the convention, the party did not have a declared candidate for Attorney General," end quote. In a statement, Murray says that she's honored, but believes that people should be supporting a candidate who is better fit to serve.
Just days after holding its municipal election, Milford is preparing for a special election on June 13th, and this is to fill the 3rd Ward seat. Milford is now accepting candidate filings. Incumbent Michael Stewart's not seeking re-election. Interested candidates must file nominating petitions and meet residency, age, and background check requirements. According to city documents, the filing deadline is May 22nd.
A development called Inland Oaks, seeking to add 84 single-family homes on this land between Robbinsville Road and Route 24. We want to give you a live look at the area. This is Route 24 near the area of the proposed development. This is the view from our first alert weather Jeep, as plans are still in the very early stages of the review process. Documents say if at some point this development does move forward, it would generate 815 more car trips on the road each day. The plan is to build 84 single-family homes here between Robbinsville and Route 24 in Lewis, as some people who are living in Lewis think it's a great idea, but others are not too sure.
I think more and more people are coming down to Lewis, especially from areas of New York and New Jersey where the taxes are very, very high. And people that are in their retirement are on a fixed income, so they find this area more affordable for their income.
Not every development that is built brings much to the community. They tend to utilize the resources, but not contribute to the resources.
And state agencies like DNREC and DelDOT will now write a response to the developers about the project, with comments required on or before May 20th, meaning this development is still months away from going to the county for approval.
And as you can see on your screen, we're showing you here that this isn't the only new development happening on Route 24. Back in December, Sussex County Council approved the rezoning of Belmead, which redevelops 39 acres of farmland into a mixed-use site featuring businesses and apartments. Also off of Route 24, we have the Walden community, and that's bringing hundreds of homes to the area since its approval in 2018.
Businesses in downtown Milton are getting a boost thanks to a new grant funding announced by the Milton Main Street. The nonprofit awarded $10,000 in grants to 7 local businesses and organizations. Funding came from a donation by the Granary at Draper Farm Development Project. Milton Main Street says those grants are designed to improve operations, accessibility, and beautification projects.
Turning now to the economic impacts of the war with Iran, they're growing more apparent as the future of peace talks remain uncertain. Gas prices have hit a fresh record since the start of the war, and the war is remaining a key unknown for inflation.
NBC's Alice Barr shows us how all of this is causing concern with the American people and the response coming from top leaders.
We're all feeling it.
The gas prices are insane. They are too high.
Look at this, $5.49 a gallon. It cut in my bottom line. And I'm out there to make money.
Gas prices hitting a national average of $4.23 a gallon, the highest since the start of the war with Iran, forcing the conflict's economic impact into sharp focus.
It's pretty painful.
In another sign, the Federal Reserve opting not to lower interest rates, citing uncertainty over the war's impact on inflation.
It's so unknowable because how long will the strait be closed?
President Trump weighing potential military options to clear the bottleneck in the critical Strait of Hormuz, according to 2 sources, while adamant the U.S. blockade of Iranian ports is working.
Now they have to cry uncle. That's all they have to do, just say,
We give up. We give up. But their economy is really in trouble.
President Trump saying the blockade stays until Iran agrees it won't have a nuclear weapon.
They've come a long way. The question is whether or not they're going to go far enough.
That as top Pentagon leaders defended the war's success under a grilling from Democrats on Capitol Hill.
You and the president have offered ever-changing reasons for this war. You've misled the public about the progress of the war.
Your hatred for President Trump blinds you to the truth of the success of this mission and the historic stakes that the president is addressing.
The Pentagon putting the war's price tag so far at $25 billion. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
This afternoon in Delaware's General Assembly, the continuing effort to combat retail theft. Last month, the Delaware Retail Prevention Task Force reviewed the creation of a system for retailers to upload evidence. Some of the challenges that they say they're finding: inconsistent prosecution and getting retailers to appear in court. The task force is scheduled to meet at 12:30 p.m.
New overnight, students at Indian River High School got a powerful lesson about the dangers of impaired driving. This is ahead of prom season. The Dagsboro Volunteer Fire Department hosted a prom promise crash reenactment. Demonstration simulated a serious multi-crash caused by an intoxicated teenage driver. We're seeing some of the photos of that right here. It was designed to show students the life-changing consequences of impaired driving and encourage safe decisions during prom celebrations.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Coming up, Uber offers service expansion. We will show you how the company is becoming a one-stop shop for all things travel.
Also, a Berlin Flood Forum, discussions on the project to improve flooding, water quality, and more along Hudson Branch.
But first, honoring historic team in this week's Coastal Connections. It's a look back 45 years ago to a team that was recently recognized for their achievements. Coast TV News Today continues after the break. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the bond of young athletes from Dagsboro, Frankfort, and other small communities became part of something big, and it unified the people in southern Sussex County. Recently, they were honored for what they did, and in this week's Coastal Connection, we look back to a very special time for Indian River High School.
This is going to the gym or leaving the gym, but going back to class, back into the high school. So this is called the tunnel. Fun place, fun place.
The place at the time was the Indian River High School. It's now John M. Clayton Elementary School in Frankfort. And this literal walk down memory lane for Matt Spence brings him back to his senior year in 1981.
We did something that most schools would never do. You went back-to-back.
The back-to-back were state basketball championships, 1980 and 1981. Add to that 8 consecutive Henlopen South titles, and there was a dynasty taking place in southeast Delaware. In mid-April of 2026, Spence's teams were inducted into the Delaware Afro-American Sports Hall of Fame.
It's just a huge accomplishment. It's just a good honor. I really appreciate it, and we've earned it.
Spence's contributions earned selection to the Blue Gold All-Star Game, which is quite an accomplishment when you consider his basketball experience covered only a couple of years.
Actually, I never picked up a basketball until I was in the 6th grade. But once I started playing it, I said, you know what, I want to master this game and I want to be real good at it.
If Spence was real good, his teammate Charles Rain was great. The 2-time first-team All-State player averaged over 18 points and 14 rebounds his senior year. This now empty gym is where Spence, Rain, Chris Shelton, Kevin Garrison, Jose Turlington, Donald Sturgis, Rudy Thomas, Nikita Farlow, Darnell Phillips, they all became part of Indian River basketball lore.
That's the 1981 team. It was standing room only. Trust me, it was standing room. The doors was locked. Those were the entrance doors. The doors was probably locked at 7 o'clock. So, people wanting to get in just to come see us play, man. It was great. It was great.
Greatness that 45 years later is now forever enshrined. For Coast TV, I'm Matt Pensick. A Approaching 6:20, and you are looking live at the morning scene in Salisbury on this Thursday morning. First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono is back with us, and he is bringing back the sunshine today.
Yeah, we're in for a pretty nice day. We had some light showers overnight, so a bit of a damp start out there for areas that saw some showers. We didn't see a whole lot of rain. I mean, we picked up about 1/10 of an inch across most of the southern portion of Delmarva. Higher totals the further north you went across Newcastle County, where they picked up over an inch. We certainly could have used that across our area, but the cold front is now pushing through. We have some clouds that are building in across Virginia. Those will swing through the morning, but overall we are looking at a pretty nice day ahead. 52 in Laurel. We did have some patchy fog earlier this morning, but that looks like it has now begun to dissipate. 50 right now in Milton, 51 Bridgeville. We're holding at 52 in Laurel at this hour. Winds are relatively calm, but we are expecting breezy conditions later this morning through the early part of the afternoon. And we're going to end the week on a pretty high note with plenty of sunshine after a chilly start to our Friday. So we see the scattered rain chances go up on Saturday. Doesn't look like a complete washout of a weekend. We are going to be dealing with plenty of dry conditions early next week, and milder air is going to be building in next week as well. So see some of those clouds across the area this morning, but we stay on the dry side. Partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny by the afternoon. As that northwest wind flow continues, it's going to be a cool night, dipping into the upper 30s to lower 40s. This afternoon, 68 in Milford, 70 in Georgetown, 68 Easton to 70 in Vienna, 70 Salisbury, 63 Chincoteague, and 61 in Ocean City. Wind flow out of the northwest behind the front through the afternoon, and then the winds will relax through the overnight with clear skies. That's why I think some areas, especially away from the beaches, will dip into the upper 30s to around 41 in Georgetown. Plenty of sunshine for our Friday, a beautiful day. More of a southeast wind, still warming us back into the 60s, 50s along the coast. Few sprinkles, very light shower possible overnight Friday into early Saturday. And Saturday we're looking at partly sunny skies, but watching this coastal low grazing portions of the area with some light showers as we go into Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening. Further north and west you go, the lesser chance you are going to see any showers. The closer you are to the coast, the better chance. But it does look like the heaviest precip will stay offshore. And then we are looking at a breezy end to the weekend on Sunday. Still a little below that average high we are hoping. We're right around average on Monday and then well above it as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday.
Christopher, sounds lovely and 75 degrees. Turning now to a story coming in from the Public Yard Works. Some things to know. The Ocean Pines Public Works Yard is staying closed for now as town crews keep working through storm debris cleanup. It was supposed to reopen on May 1st, but the town's Facebook pages saying, well, that's no longer happening. There is no new reopening date as of right now, but anyone with questions is advised to call Ocean Pines Public Works.
Across Delmarva, and we have more details about a story we brought to you yesterday about a proposed stream restoration project in Berlin. It's aimed at reducing flooding and improving water quality. The project focuses on Hudson Branch. That is a waterway that flows into Newport Bay, and officials say the area has struggled with water quality and drainage issues over the years. And this plan would restore about 2,000 feet of the stream from Assateague Road to the town's water utility plant.
By slowing that water down, widening out the floodplain and allowing it to reconnect and function in a more natural way, it's going to help the water quality in Newport Bay.
The Coastal Bay program says the goal is to better manage stormwater while also improving the health of the waterway.
New this morning, a DelDOT worker avoided serious harm. You can see this here after a crash along Route 1 in Smyrna. DelDOT says the worker was mowing grass near Duck Creek when a southbound driver drove off the roadway and hit the tractor. Look at this right now. You can see the mower and the car both damaged. And this crash just comes days after National Work Zone Awareness Week, which highlights safety for road crews during the busy construction season.
And up next, Uber offers service expansion. We have the new partnership that allows the company to bring more customers more options. We'll be right back on Coast TV News today.
In your consumer news, the Uber app can now do more than just order you a ride or meal. In a new partnership with Expedia, the Uber app now allows users in the United States to make hotel reservations. Uber says more than 700,000 global properties will be available to book through the app. The company said that users should look for the hotel's icon on the Uber home screen. The app will display pricing that includes all taxes and fees. Next, your pet can help represent your favorite team in the upcoming World Cup. Adidas has unveiled a pet collection of jerseys inspired by various countries' home kits. They include Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, and the U.S. The Adidas World Cup pet collection will be available in stores and online starting on May 1st. Chris, maybe you can get one for your cat Loki.
Oh yeah, get that big Loki, nice USA jersey. Fortunately, Italy did not even make the World Cup, which is very sad. As we take a live look into Ocean View, partly cloudy skies, 50 degrees. So another morning of some mild temperatures despite the cold front pushing through. Partly cloudy skies in Ocean City, Fenwick Island through the afternoon. Temperatures are going to be getting into the mid 60s along the coast with wind gusts to 25 miles an hour. So breezy afternoon, but a pretty nice day. I think it would be a little cooler behind the front, but we are going to see those winds pick up behind the cold front. 66 by around 4 in Cambridge and 65 in through Crisfield. So a pretty nice afternoon along the midshore. Charles Williams, congratulations in Milton, Delaware, winning an umbrella from Coast TV. Your full 7-day forecast in the next half hour.
Thank you, Chris. Now coming up after the break on Coast TV News Today, action to honor veterans. The display in Millsboro to bring awareness to a sad reality.
Also, Homeless Advisory Group review the renewed efforts in Georgetown after an executive order from Governor Meyer.
Plus, library last funding push. An update on the Rehoboth Beach Library construction coming up after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Housing efforts continue. The next step that is taking place in Georgetown today in addressing the ongoing homeless situation.
Plus, library project advances.
I can't wait to see it open.
As work continues in Rehoboth Beach, how much more in funding officials say they're looking for to complete it.
Also, tribute raises awareness what these crosses in Millsboro symbolize for American veterans.
Showers we had overnight are now offshore. We're looking at a pretty nice breezy day on Delmarva, but tracking another chance of rain over the weekend.
This is Coast TV News Today.
30th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Thank you, Matt, for that lovely introduction. Good morning, Matt. Thank you for joining us on Thursday, otherwise known as the best day of the week. And you're having the best day ever,
I'm a little
maybe.
pumped up today.
Why is that?
6:31,
Why is that,
about hitting 6:32 right now. Hey, if you're a Flyers fan, you might be sleep challenged this morning. Orange and black getting a win, but it went late into
You know
the
what,
night.
though? Much worth it. Matt's got his fun little Flyers puck right here. I wish it was a souvenir from last night's game. I don't know how you would have made that work.
That would have been interesting.
Straight from,
Straight from
whatever
Phil.
they renamed the Wells Fargo Center to the desk right here.
Right.
You know who else would have made that trip?
Chris would.
It is our good
Definitely.
friend,
Chris, we're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Chris Masterbono. Chris, overtime, game ending near 11 p.m. and not much sleep.
Yeah, it was a late night for me last night, so I'm running on the espresso full blast this morning. As we take a look at clouds and radar, we had a few light showers overnight. Didn't amount to a whole lot across Delmarva, at least for our area. We had picked up about 1/10 of an inch of rain. Most of the highest totals were to our north across Newcastle County. Cold front pushing through the area. Winds are beginning to shift out of the northwest, so that's really the only change we're going to see to our weather today. 52 right now in Laurel under partly cloudy skies. 50 right now in Millsboro. We're at 51 at Bethany Beach, and we are holding at 50 in Milford. Now, we did have a little fog that was trying to develop across Dorchester, Wycomico counties about an hour ago. That has since dissipated. We're running up to 70 degrees today across the inland portion of the peninsula, mid 60s across the coast. So a beautiful, breezy afternoon. We're going to continue that sunshine into Friday, but we are tracking a chance of rain over the weekend. We'll talk more about that here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Now our top story this half hour, the Rehoboth Beach Library, one step closer to a large transformation. Construction on its downtown renovation is continuing to move ahead with more than 70% of funding already in place. Library leaders are calling on the community to help bring the project across the finish line. Once completed, the upgraded library will include better accessibility, new technology, more flexible meeting spaces, and expanded areas for children, teens, and community programs.
Happening today, the push for affordable housing and the help for those facing homelessness. That continues in Georgetown. Its Supportive Housing Committee, they're set to review recommendations for Phase 1 of the Delaware Interagency Collaborative to End Homelessness. That's an advisory group. It's created by Governor Meyer in 2025. That committee meeting is this afternoon at 4.
New this morning, veterans and volunteers alike gathering over the next couple of weeks to pay tribute to veterans lost to suicide in the United States.
CoastTV's Elisa Weber is in our newsroom right now, and every day for a month, crosses are placed at the American Legion to bring awareness to the veteran mental health struggles. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. 22 crosses will be placed every morning for 30 days at American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro. These crosses symbolize the 22 veterans that take their lives to suicide every day, according to the Department of Veterans Affairs. Organizers say they want to bring awareness to the sad reality of veterans dying by suicide, and the crosses serve as a reminder to anyone who passes by.
We start out every day in a prayer, and then we say a short little prayer and mention the name of the veteran that's on the cross. It's incredible, and it's illuminated at night, so it's a sight that it really tears at your heartstrings. And you know, nobody likes to talk about suicide, but it happens.
And the placement began on April 25th and will continue until Memorial Day. It happens every morning at 9:30 in Millsboro. Back to you.
Thank you, Elisa. A development called Inland Oaks could add 84 single-family homes on this land between Robinsonville Road and Route 24. And we're now going to show you a live look of this area. We're at Route 24. It's near the area of the proposed development, and the plans are still very much in the early stages of the review process. State agencies like DENREC and DELDOT, they will now write a response to the developers about the project with comments required on or before May 20th.
Things to know, just days after holding its municipal election, Milford is preparing for a special election on June 13th to fill the 3rd ward seat. Milford is now accepting candidate filings as incumbent Michael Stewart is not seeking re-election. Interested candidates must file nominations for their petitions and meet residency, age, and background check requirements. According to city documents, the filing deadline is May 22nd.
This afternoon in Delaware's General Assembly, the continuing effort to combat retail theft. Last month, the Delaware Retail Prevention Task Force reviewed the creation of a system for retailers to upload evidence. And some of the challenges they say they are finding are inconsistent prosecution and getting retailers to actually appear in court. The task force is scheduled to meet at 12:30 p.m. Around the nation, people are gearing up for the summer travel season, and prices at the pump, they tend to jump up during this time of the year. But right now, if you take a look, those prices are already high.
Reed Binion showing us how the impact as gas prices are up 42% since the start of the war with Iran.
When you see $6.75 on that sign, what do you think?
I think it's killing me.
Drivers in California reacting to the climbing cost of filling up their tanks.
I just came for the drinks. Because it's cheaper to get a drink here than it is to get, gas.
Across the country in Massachusetts, same story.
About $70.
What was it about 2-3 months ago?
About 50.
As of Wednesday, according to AAA, the national average price of regular gas stood at $4.23 a gallon, the highest price in nearly 4 years since July 2022. The recent jump means the cost is up 21 cents in just the last week, the largest weekly gain since March. Some experts are warning that a combination of factors may keep prices from coming down anytime soon.
We make the switch over from winter blend gasoline to summer blend gasoline, which is more expensive to make and more expensive for us to purchase at the pumps.
And the busy summer travel season is coming up, likely pushing up demand. It comes as uncertainty surrounding the war in Iran pushes oil prices higher. Brent crude oil prices, the global benchmark, surged higher than $125 per barrel early Thursday. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Elon Musk was back on the witness stand for a second day in his lawsuit against OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. Musk is accusing Altman of betraying promises to keep OpenAI, the company that they founded together in 2015, as a nonprofit venture. You're arguing that they chose to create this as a nonprofit for the public good when they co-founded it. Musk, the world's richest man, is seeking $134 billion in damages from OpenAI. Lawyers for OpenAI maintain there was never promises that the company would remain a nonprofit forever.
I wouldn't want to boil down the main points. We were looking to get Mr. Musk's truthful testimony. It is true that it's a challenge for a trial lawyer to get testimony from a reluctant witness, which is what I think we had.
Musk will be back in court today for more cross-examination.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, local community tackling national issues. People on the Eastern Shore taking to the nation's capital in calls.
Good Thursday morning, Delmarva. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. We had a few light showers overnight. Those have since pushed well offshore. We have partly cloudy skies in Salisbury. Pretty nice start to our day, 53 degrees. We had a little fog there about an hour ago. The cold front pushing through the area. Northwest winds will be kicking in through the afternoon. And yes, we need the rain. Abnormally dry conditions across most of Delaware. We have moderate to severe drought across the southern portion of the peninsula. And you can see we're running nearly 2 inches shy of where we should be for the month, over 2 inches shy of where we should be for the year. And when you look at the long range outlook, slightly above normal rainfall expected as we go into May 5th through the 9th. You can always call our Coast TV First Alert weather phone for your latest forecast. We'll talk about some rain chances coming in on Saturday, coming up here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. Now check this out. A gray seal rescued in Dover. Yes, you heard that right. The Mayor Institute says that this seal was spotted by the St. Jones River. And seals, well, they actually will swim pretty far inland into rivers to fish at times, and that includes Kent County. Mayor saved the seal when they saw that the little guy had labored breathing.
In Bethany Beach this week, the town's volunteer fire company took part in water training exercises. Firefighters say it focused on land-based rescue methods as well as boat and jet ski operations like we are showing you right now, along with victim removal. Now, these scenarios hope to practice clear communication and equipment deployment.
The Delmarva Sports Network.
Monday, it's the debut of DSN's 4th season of Into the Trenches. This fall, our crew followed the story of Cambridge South Dorchester football. The Vikings were coming off a 10-win season, but repeating that success wouldn't be an easy task. To see how the story of CSD started this year, join us on Monday. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up on DSN at 4, we have live Bayside Conference softball for you when Decatur hosts Mardella, and then you can catch the final score at 10:30 p.m. You can watch that Decatur-Mardella softball game on DSN Plus. You also get these exclusives at 4 p.m. Same schools, but in baseball. 4:15, it's Henlopen Conference baseball when Sussex Central travels to Indian River, and Central hosts Lake Forest in softball.
And here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Hope you're having a good Thursday here along coastal Delmarva. If you join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here's what's coming your way. If you enjoy good food, good wine, good music, well, there's a perfect festival for you to be checking out. Also, Nonsense, the sequel. We're going to be chatting what's going on with our friends at the Milton Theater. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
The cold front pushing through the area. The showers have exited from overnight, and we're looking at a pretty nice day on Delmarva despite the rain we had overnight. Sunny, breezy day. Temperatures getting up close to 70 degrees. We'll talk about some rain chances and brought one in for the weekend when Coast TV News Today continues.
6:48 a.m. on this Thursday morning. Chris, we're getting blinded by the sun this morning. That'll wake you up if you are like our good friends Matt and Chris here, and we stayed up a little late watching the Flyers win last night. Chris, waking up to sunshine.
Yes, we are waking up to sunshine, and we have a beautiful day ahead of us. Didn't get as much rain as we would have hoped to have gotten overnight. We squeezed out about 1/10 of an inch across Sussex County. Some areas barely picked up anything. Go up to Newcastle County, they picked up over an inch of rain. So most of that has missed the Delmarva Peninsula as we have this cold front pushing across the area, and we're going to have winds shift out of the northwest through the day today. We're at 51 right now in Laurel under those partly cloudy skies, 52 in Lewis, 50 Millsboro, to 53 in Ocean Pines. Winds right now not all that bad, and we're between about 5 to 10 miles an hour out of the northwest. We'll see some gusts near 30 through the afternoon. So overall, pretty nice end to the week with temperatures hovering right around the mid to upper 60s. Now we do see those rain chances increase as we go into the weekend. We are going to be seeing an area of low pressure to our south graze portions of the peninsula as we go into Saturday. So we're partly cloudy through the morning, mostly sunny skies through the afternoon. Beautiful day. Temperatures getting into the upper 60s and a cold night. We're going to dip into the upper 30s, I think, and lower 40s across a good portion of the peninsula as we go into Friday morning. 69 in Easton this afternoon and Harrington, 70 in Georgetown. And there's the wind flow out of the northwest through the day today. And then you see how the winds relax overnight. It's going to allow for temperatures to fall into the upper 30s to lower 40s away from the beaches into your Friday morning. Friday looking very nice as well. Mostly sunny skies with a southeast wind. As we go into the overnight, early Saturday morning, see about 1:30, we have a weak area of low pressure. It's going to be pushing over the area, so expect some clouds and maybe even a brief shower into early Saturday morning. And then as we go into Saturday, we're looking at a mostly cloudy day, and it all depends upon how north this area of low pressure tracks. Further north we go, the cooler it is, the more rain we see. The further south we go, the lesser chance of rain we have. Now, we could see a few light showers primarily at the coast and then the southern reaches of the peninsula. Those areas have the best chance of seeing showers. Further north and west you go, the better chance you see of having sunshine. And then we'll see that system racing pretty quickly to the northeast the second half of the weekend, and sunshine returns into Sunday. It'll be a breezy day, 61 degrees, 77 by Cinco de Mayo under sunny skies. Grace.
Good, Anaya. That sounds fun. Thank you, Chris. Now looking across Delmarva, members of the local Haitian community went to Washington, D.C. this week in support of the federal temporary protected status for Haiti. The status determines the country's citizens' eligibility to stay in this country and work if they cannot safely return to their own country for various dangerous conditions. The Trump administration asked for a pause in the status back in March, as this case could impact more than 350,000 Haitians living in the U.S., including a sizable population on the Eastern Shore.
It is very important for us as immigrants. We are really called here as home, and we build a family and a business, and we've been contributing and everything. And we have a lot of the Haitian TPS holder down here in Maryland. So we think it is very, very important for us to be present at this organization, at this thing.
A final decision on putting a pause on Haiti's temporary protected status is not expected until summer. And the time is now 6:52 a.m. Matt Pensick, it's the best part of our morning because we are checking in with our very happy coastal pet of the day, and judging on the weather that Chris is telling us about, it sounds like it'll be a nice day for Bailey to enjoy her favorite activity.
Yeah, this good girl here loves belly rubs. On your screen, we are showing you Bailey. Bailey is a 5-month-old golden doodle. Joy's walks on the beach and playing fetch.
We want to see more of your pets across Delmarva, just like our good friend Bailey here. Maybe they also enjoy going on nice walks on the boardwalk along our coast. You can send us a photo and tell us what makes your pet so special to you if you take a look at your screen now.
Yeah, just look there, top center, QR code, scan it. That allows you to get your friends to Coast TV News and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
The time is 6:55 a.m. and it's time for things you need to know before you go. Every day for a month, crosses will be laid out at the American Legion to bring awareness to veteran mental health struggles. 22 memorial crosses will be placed each day for 30 days at the American Legion Post 28 in Millsboro. This symbolizes the 22 veterans lost to suicide every day, according to the Department of Veteran Affairs. Organizers say they want to bring awareness to the sad reality of veterans dying by suicide, and the crosses serve as a reminder to anyone who passes by.
This afternoon in Delaware's General Assembly, the continuing effort to combat retail theft. It was last month that the Delaware Retail Prevention Task Force reviewed the creation of a system for retailers to upload evidence. Some of the challenges they say they are finding are inconsistent prosecution and getting those retailers to appear in court. The task force is scheduled to meet at 12:30 p.m. And we have one final check with First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono. Chris, last night we said goodbye to the Penguins. Today, Grace, we're saying goodbye to April.
That's a good segue that you got out there.
I was proud of myself.
And look at Chris. Look at that smile on his face. Oh, my goodness. You are happy to defeat these poor flightless birds, the
Flightless
Penguins.
foul, Chris.
Oh, my God, yes. They were very dirty in this series. Come on.
Dirty Penguins.
And calling us dirty. As we take a look at the forecast for today, upper 60s. We're going to go near 70, hitting near 70 across some parts of the peninsula away from the coast, but a beautiful day. We end the week with plenty of sunshine, and then we are tracking some showers as we go into Saturday afternoon through Saturday evening as an area of low pressure is going to pass just offshore. But we are a little on the cooler side over the weekend, 61. Note that morning low, though, by Monday morning, mid to upper 30s. Warm up pretty quickly after that with temperatures in the 70s.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us on Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News at midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, download our Coast TV News and weather apps. Have a great Thursday morning, everybody.